to get Donda West by Kanye West, the album out today, his 10th studio album. He said it was coming out last night at midnight. Now, they did a big listening event, stadium full of people. 42,000 people showed up to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, not to listen to the album. And when I say to listen to the album, I don't mean to watch Kanye perform the album. I mean to watch Kanye stand as somebody pushed play on the album and to literally listen to the album while Kanye stood. I don't even know if he had a live mic. He didn't need one because he did not say one word. It was just a listening party, and people paid between $20 and $100 for the distinct privilege of watching an all red wearing, which got people very excited, reminded people of the Air Yeezy Red October, all red wearing Kanye West stand in the center of, I think it was like a full football field length. It looked like it. And watch as these 42,000 people all tried to listen to Donda. But the thing about like stadium speakers is that the fidelity is generally not the same as listening in headphones. You know, nobody goes to a concert and goes, you know what the best part of that concert was? Audio quality. Generally speaking, that's why a live album is something different. That's why a lot of bands decide to do their albums in studios because they can control the audio. You know, just to listen to it through stadium speakers, not that great. But regardless of all that, I didn't watch the listening event. They did, not only did they have 42,000 paid, by the way, 42,000, well, I don't know if all 42,000 paid, because like Kim Kardashian and I think like Rick Rouse was there. And I don't know if Kim Kardashian and Rick Rouse, the Bouse, that's who I was talking about. Yeah, not Freeway Ricky Ross. Rick Rouse, the Bouse. Who? He was there. I don't think they probably paid for a ticket. I think they were probably comped. So, but you got to assume 41,000 paid.
Before you get too far, did you see the viral photos of like the event day menu for the listening party?
Oh, I saw it. Oh, and we'll get there. I'm glad that you brought that up because we will get there. Yeah. I did see that because apparently Kanye had to pay for this album. You know, he's having to come up with all kinds of schemes. I don't know how much it costs to finish an album, but apparently Kanye has not met his financial goal yet. This is basically a GoFundMe, and what he's doing is selling tickets and chicken fingers.
Kanye's got to eat.
Kanye's got to eat, okay? He spent all his money. And you would think the cost of living in Wyoming would be next to nothing, but apparently it's very expensive to like build big domes or whatever he's got up there that he's living in. But you know, he's been pretty quiet lately, and that's usually a good sign for an album by Kanye West. When he disappears and when he gets quiet, it's usually a good sign. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is, for me, the best Kanye West album. And that Kanye West album was released. It was the album that was released after the thing that Kanye West did, which to this day I think is overblown. But when Kanye went up on stage and said, I'm gonna let you finish, Taylor, and you know, said that Beyonce should have won Video of the Year. You know, just I guess destroyed young Taylor Swift's career. We never heard from her again. But he disappeared for a year after that because the press was so bad. You know, everybody was like, what's wrong with you, you big idiot? And he was like, sorry. And he left for a year.
True,
but still true though. Yeah, he never said Beyonce shouldn't have won the Video of the Year. But he disappeared and he comes back with like the best album ever. So whenever Kanye disappears and you kind of start hearing rumblings that he's got an album, I think like this could be good. What is usually not as good is when you get the feeling that Kanye has made his album like he just thought of the fact, oh, I just realized I should make an album. And like 3 days later, he's like, the album's done. And you're like, I would have, you could spend a little time on it. You know, you could.
I wrote this in my note paper for 20 minutes.
Right. No, first of all, that is an excellent Kanye West impression, hot dog. That was pitch perfect. I thought it was Kanye for a second. I was like, are we in Chicago? Are we in Chicago? Yeah, no, that was amazing. Can you make me some beats? That was incredible. But yeah, so, and he's done that before too. Like, But it's not always bad either. Like the Pablo album. Pablo's a good album that Kanye put out. But he went nuts on that album where not only did the release date for the album change 100 times, but I've never seen this happen before. I didn't realize this could happen. The album comes out, right? It's released. So you can buy it on iTunes or do what most people do, stream it on all the services. After the album has already come out, Kanye decides that he wants to make some improvements on some of the songs. And he changes some of the songs on the album.
I remember this.
Yes!
Yeah, that was so strange.
He changed the album. Like, he was like,
the DLC.
Yeah, but he actually, the original Pablo album was taken off the streaming services and replaced with the corrections. And they were just like these little things. But, for instance, I bought...
Wasn't this the one where he was like working on it until literally release? Like it came out at midnight. He must have been working on it like
11:58,
an hour before.
Yeah.
He just uploaded it.
He's the one pushing upload, like it's a YouTube live that I'm sitting here doing in my basement. But yeah, and so like if you go, and it's really weird changes. Like if you listen to some of the tracks on Pablo that I downloaded on like iTunes or Apple when the album first came out, and I downloaded it, so it's a saved file on my phone or computer, so you can't, like if I turn off the internet, I still have the file, so you can't suck that file out of my computer and replace it, right?
But you acknowledging that you have that, Kanye will come over and grab that file for me.
I'm gonna need your laptop. I'm like, okay, whatever you want, Kanye. Can we trade it?
He'll grab it like his film reel in Punk'd.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, but like some of the lyrics are different. Like in some of the songs, like the lyric, I got so used to hearing it on Spotify or whatever streaming that I remember I was on an airplane and I didn't have my internet because I'm not paying the extra $20 for bad Wi-Fi. Okay, they're not gonna. I was born at night, but not last night. I'm no sucker. Okay, I don't know what you think I got printed on my forehead, but it does not say sucker. So I'm listening to the album because it's saved on my phone, and I'm like, these aren't the lyrics I'm used to. These are not the lyrics you're used to. And it's because I forgot that he changed the album after the album was released. So move forward to Donda, and there are rumblings that this is coming out. He does a small listening party in Las Vegas that people start finding out about. Now, here's the other thing. I never think that, I never try to find out what do the songs at the listening parties sound like. Because you remember, I think it was before Ye. It wasn't before Jesus is King. I think it was before Ye. Remember Charlemagne went to Kanye West's house and did that like hour-long interview with him? It was a dope interview. But Charlemagne said he let me listen to the album while I was there. And people were like, oh, shit. And then Ye came out, which was that 7-song album. Remember, like, he put out an album with different artists like every single week that one summer? So Ye came out, and Charlemagne was like, I have never heard any of these songs. This is not... He played me a completely different set of songs. I don't know what any of this is. But these are great, but it wasn't what I heard. So even then, it's like, you know, he's not like this guy who's got like this master plan. It feels very manic, you know? Spur of the moment.
Very impulsive.
Very impulsive. Yeah. So...
Kanye?
No, no, I don't think. That sounds a little out of character. So then you get to this listening party, right? And the deal is that they're going to put the album out at midnight, but the listening party is at like 8 o'clock or whatever it is. That's when it's scheduled to go off, 8 o'clock Atlanta time, and it's going to be streamed live on Apple Music. So not only do 42,000 people buy tickets, but they could stay home and just watch the thing with their Apple Music subscription for free. But it's an event, you know? And I didn't watch it because I was like, I don't want to hear like the audio feed of what's being played in the stadium while Kanye stands there. And also, I mean, maybe I was indignant, but I was like, I don't want to listen to the album on your time. Put the album out. I'd like to listen on my time. And I saw there was literally a commercial in the NBA Finals, one of the most watched things on television, that said, drops Friday. And then they clarified Thursday at midnight. I mean, first thing Friday. And so I didn't sit there and say, I didn't say to myself, Well, every time Kanye has ever announced a release date for an album, it's never the case. I go like this. I mean, maybe that's true, but it's the NBA Finals. He put it on a commercial. He would. I mean, there's an Apple Music event. He wouldn't just announce a date and it didn't come out.
That's very unprofessional.
It's so unprofessional. Who would ever do that? These things are well orchestrated by a team of people. Release dates and teasers and all that stuff. The people don't just make this stuff up as they go.
Fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Fuck that shit.
Because you know what happens in Kanye's camp? Somebody goes like this. I don't know. Do you think we should plan? And he goes, you're fired. And they go, right? Like, Kanye's camp is just there to be like, you got it. And just get done whatever insane thing he asks for. So the listening party does indeed happen because all those people bought tickets. Like, they can't just not do it. But it doesn't start at 8 o'clock. It starts at like 10 o'clock. So people were just sitting in the stadium for like 2 hours. There was no opening act because there's no stage. There's no instruments. There's no nothing.
They didn't have any other album they could have just pressed played on.
No, they didn't have the rights.
In the meantime,
they didn't have the rights. Okay. Like, what are they going to put on the Blueprint? They can't. They don't have it. They didn't bring any of their CDs with them. So it was just people just kind of sitting there for 2 hours. And in the 2 hours that they were sitting there, they were like, okay, let me take a break. Let me go to the concession stands. You saw this menu, hot dog?
Yeah.
Here it is. The event day menu, the Kanye West listening party, July 22nd. Hot dog, you want to get some sweet and salty kettle corn?
Sure, yeah.
$35.
What?
35. You worked in a movie theater, right?
Yeah,
35 is outrageous even for a movie theater.
Movie theaters are known to be outrageous. This is fucking a slap in the face.
Okay, how about this? An assorted snack basket. A basket of gluten-free chips, bars, and jerky. I wonder what.
Yeah, let me give you.
I thought we were all
20 real quick.
By the way, I thought
the change.
I thought we were getting bars as part of the ticket. You know, we were supposed to get these bars. What happened? $20?
Well, I'll give you 20 and just give me the change.
You're gonna need another 45 on top of that 20. $65 for the snack basket. If you want some gluten-free chips, bars, and some jerky, that's $65. I can't even see. I mean, I see 60 and 80 over on the other side of the board where they're listing beverages, and I don't know what they're for. But keep in mind. Yeah, exactly. You know
Kanye water.
You know what I would want to get, hot dog? These crispy chicken tenders. And it says they're crispy.
That's what you're going for right there. You're at the listening party. You got to get some chicken tenders.
Bro, how do you go to a stadium? How do you seriously go to a stadium and it says crispy chicken tenders on the menu and you don't get them? Like, is there anything better than sitting in a stadium, watching the event, and having that little, cardboard basket thing of chicken tenders in front of you? It's the best.
And usually they don't market it as crispy. You just assume it is. This one's telling you.
It's saying it is crispy. It's not that soggy shit that you're used to. And I go, okay, I'd pay a premium for that. $50 for the crispy chicken tenders. $50. And yeah, I mean, wonder what that is. I'd like $50 worth of chicken tenders. Okay, here's 3. By the way, one time, as a matter of fact, I think I was with you, hot dog, when I went to a WWE house show, wasn't I? And I got chicken tenders and I put them down and somebody came over to take a picture with me and they stepped all over. They stepped on them, remember? Somebody came over to take a picture with me and they stepped all over the chicken tenders.
You were not happy.
Can you imagine how mad I would have been if they had been $50? How about
do they also have shrimp in this menu? Seeing how expensive everything is.
Oh no, you would have broken up with whoever you went to the Kanye concert. How about an all beef kosher Frank? Hot dog. That's literally a hot dog. How about what do you get? Hey Sam, if you're going to the concession stands, why don't you pick up a hot dog for the hot dog? And you know what I tell you? Okay, it's gonna be $40 for a hot dog.
All right, I'm gonna head out. See you guys.
Cookies and brownies, $45. So like if I go, if you go, I'll go like this, hot dog, I got the tickets, you get the food. And you're like, okay, buddy. I go, okay, get yourself a hot dog, me some chicken tenders. And you're like, you get to the concession stand, it's $90 before tax.
I would have been on the phone calling you. I don't know.
Yeah. How hungry are you really, though?
I mean, if you are at the show because you're a big Kanye fan, if you go like, oh man, like let's say it was in the city, let me go see the listening. Let me go listen to this album. You would have had to go get the tenders. Would you have starved?
No, I would have paid
Some Kanye crispy chicken tenders.
I mean, I go wild at these concerts. I paid. You know that Jay-Z hoodie I was wearing when you came over the other day to take photos?
Mm-hmm.
I think I probably dropped $2 on that at a Jay-Z show.
Mm.
I mean, you got to do it. You got to respect young Hova the God.
But you still got that, though. You still have it now.
That's a great point. I'm still wearing it to this day. I mean, I still, like, walking around in a 444 hoodie, people are going to think you're the man. There's no getting around that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's clout forever.
But you can only tell your kids about the Kanye crispy chicken tenders.
And I mean, who's going to want to hear that story either? You know, I went to that listening party, and the kids would be like, oh, really? And you're like, yeah, I had these crispy chicken tenders. I'm like, what? First of all, why did you add the word crispy to it? Oh, well, let me tell you how crispy they were. No, I don't want to hear about the chicken tenders. Oh, I was really hoping I could go somewhere with this story.
I spent a lot of money.
I spent a lot of money on those chicken tenders. I would hate to think that it was useless. Now,
t-shirts for the from the venue.
Yes.
You know, the I was there, whatever.
Because you know I'd want one. I'd go up and I'd need a t-shirt, a long sleeve, a hoodie, whatever you got.
Yeah, I mean this isn't him, but they're going on resale already for like $900.
900 for resale?
Yeah.
I would have tried to save the chicken tenders then. Maybe get some resale on those. I got Kanye chicken tenders. The album, by the way, there were reports that they, you know, when they finally got where they were, when they actually got the master done so that they could play it at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They were in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They were finishing there. They were literally at the stadium. That's why the thing didn't start at 8 o'clock. The album was not finished at 8 o'clock.
I got to export this shit.
Yeah. They were like, we're still, what? The Pro Tools session. I mean, we're still working in the Pro Tools session, and it's 8:30. Yeah, it was supposed to start.
Why is the Wi-Fi so shitty?
Yeah, like what? What? Why wouldn't we have thought this out? Aren't you supposed to release this at midnight? He's like, fuck midnight. We were supposed to start this listening party 30 minutes ago. I don't know what you're talking about.
Somebody sent Rick Ross out.
Yeah. They're like, we don't have any live microphones. You told us not to bring any microphones. You weren't going to say shit anyway. Yeah, so he still didn't have the album done, by the way. And you know how I told you, like, earlier this week he had a listening party in Las Vegas? The people at that listening party were like, that's not what I heard. The people at the listening party said the stuff he played in Atlanta, that's not what I heard. That wasn't it.
Where does it go? Where does all this music
He's
go?
got albums worth of stuff that he's just decided not to put out. And some stuff that he has put out and then has decided to pull later. He's like Morrissey. Like, he just does obnoxious stuff because he can. So we sit here now, nearly 24 hours after the promised release, and there is no Donda.
Advertised.
There's no Donda.
Advertised on network television.
On NBA Finals. On a Beats by Dre commercial with Sha'Carri Richardson. You couldn't get on the NBA Finals on a Beats by Dre commercial with a mention of Apple Music starring Sha'Carri Richardson. You couldn't get more high profile than that. And no Donda. No Donda.
Yeah. Well, you tell Kanye he has to hurry up.
And you know what? You know what, people? This is, I don't know how Kanye does it. He has said so much crazy shit. And I'm the biggest Kanye fan you'll ever find, music-wise. And clothing-wise. Just not, like, saying shit-wise. Like, I like everything
Mary
about...
Jean,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, Mary Jean sent me a screenshot of the Shade Room posted that someone is selling... it's a bag, a Ziploc bag, and it has to tag air from the Donda drop.
I'm trying to get some of that air.
And the starting bid is $3,000.
Dude, I talked to somebody today I picked somebody up from the airport who flew in from Atlanta, and he told me that this morning the airport in Atlanta was like a goddamn fashion show. He was like, it was everybody that just rolled out of that concert and straight to the airport. Like, people flew in for this. And then they found out, I don't know, I hope they budgeted in some money for the concession stands.
They came for the music and then stayed for the check tenders.
I mean, it was worth the price of the ticket because it's probably the only time you'll ever hear any of that music. It's not going to be on the album. But, like, so... like I said, I didn't hear it. I heard generally positive things. You know, apparently there's a lot of features. Apparently there's a Jay-Z feature on the album, and that's a big deal. The two haven't done anything together since Watch the Throne. Watch the Throne, to me, is a very, very iconic album. Watch the Throne is like one of the reasons why Kanye can get away with all this shit. Like, the minute that you go like, no, fuck Kanye, I'm not on this energy anymore, put on Watch the Throne and be like, no, it's cool. Let's see what he's got. Let's give him his time. You know?
My favorite clip to watch is them performing in Paris, and they just played Niggas in Paris for maybe like 30 times back to back to back to back. And every single time they still had the energy and got amped. I just watch it over and over and over.
It's one of the most incredible songs ever written. And I mean, honestly,
to play it in Paris, come on.
You
gotta give them.
Troy, I didn't go out to that tour. I wish I had, but Troy went to that tour when they were at Madison Square Garden. He said they played that song 4 times in a row at the Garden. And it's like, bands like Radiohead won't play Creep. But Kanye and Jay-Z will do Paris 4 times in a row, even in New York. And then in Paris, yeah, we're going up to 30, 35 times. Good for them. But I mean, anything from that album. Put on Otis. Put on No Church. Put on any of those songs. And you're like, okay, let's give Kanye his time. Let's see what he's got.
Okay, yeah, the clip says they performed it 10 times.
Good. Then they should. And I'm sure the people in Paris were thrilled.
They were like going crazy every single time. It was amazing.
Dude, if I was in Paris and I was at that show, on the 10th time, you know what I'd be yelling to, if it was me and you at that show, Hot Dog? I would have my arm around your neck and I go, I hope this never ends. Like, I'd be so happy. Yes, it's perfect.
40 minutes of the same song.
It's heaven. It's literally heaven on earth. Do you know what heaven to me would be? If I died and the good Lord saw fit to allow me into heaven, I would expect it to be me at an arena in Paris, France, watching Jay-Z and Kanye West do that song for the rest of eternity. I mean, forever, literally forever. It would just be never ending. And I'd go, me? Oh, I'm spending eternity in heaven right now. I don't know what you guys are up to. And by the way, here in heaven, the chicken tenders are free. Okay?
Ooh,
they're free.
Crispy?
They're crispy as hell. And it's not bullshit Paris chicken tenders. It's like Texas chicken tenders.
American.
Yes. Thick. Breaded.
American chicken tenders, crispy, but we in Paris. Listening to one song on repeat. We're going to listen to one song and one song only. I don't even know what that means. Nobody knows what it means. It's provocative.
Yes. No, it isn't. It gets the people going, Hot Dog. Yeah. I'd be at that listening party going like, you think he's going to do Paris? You think he's going to? It's like, no, it's a listening party for the new album. All right, okay, I don't know. But yes, there's a Jay-Z feature on the album that was played in Atlanta. Who knows if that's going to actually be on Donda. Kanye is the type that would get the Jay-Z feature, and then it just wouldn't be on the album. And Jay would be like, Kanye, like, why wouldn't you put that on the album? And
I feel like it.
Exactly. Exactly. Would you ask Steve Jobs why he made his decisions? Would you ask Gandhi what motivated him to do what he motivated to do? No. Apparently he has a song where he refers to himself as the new Moses, like he is the new Moses, which feels like a demotion, honestly, because if Yeezus was the new Jesus, and today he's saying he's the new Moses, I'd rather be Jesus than Moses, right?
Jesus is king.
That was the last album. That album was whack as hell. That's the problem. That's why this album has to be good after all that, because Jesus is king.
He realized he's worshiping the wrong idol. It's not Jesus. Jesus is whack. You think what he learned?
So he's worshiping Moses instead? Like it's what's
yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna be down for it whenever he finally, like, I'm not gonna hold this against him because he's Kanye after all. You know? He gave me the college dropout while I was in college. They said, "Oh, you graduated?" No, I decided I was finished. I was like, "Oh shit, this is the
I was
truth."
in middle school, man.
Oh
It
yeah.
doesn't. It don't hit the same.
No, it don't hit the same. When he's sitting there complaining. See, you were too young to even work at the Gap when he was saying, "Let's go back to the Gap." Look at my check, wasn't no scratch. You were like, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't even have a job. I'm in middle school. Me, I was like, yep, I'm in college. I used to work at Sam Goody's. It's like working at the Gap. Same shit. I got it. My check wasn't no scratch either, Kanye. I understand. Late registration comes out, graduation comes out, and then it's just to the moon, baby. To the moon. I even liked Yay, the 7-track album. It was like 4 good songs on that album. If you have 4 good songs on an album that's only 7 songs long to begin with, that's tremendous.
Baseball stats, you're a Hall of Famer.
By a mile. I mean, if you have an album that's only got 3 bad songs on it, that's a very good album. So, you know, he bent the ratio in his favor, I guess.